Okay, let me try it again. Whew, it's like the third time. Hang in there. Hang in there, Jay. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay. Let me, this is episode 227. Episode 227. Let me count it down. 1, 2, 3. Hi, my friends. This is Jay, and welcome back to Jay's Summer School for Stitching 2024. I have been excited all month as I started to look for stitches and started to prepare my samples and coming up with ideas. And I got even more excited because like every other message, someone was saying, Jay, I'm looking forward to the new stitches. I'm looking forward to the charts, that just, look, recharge my battery. So, first of all, let me just welcome you, each and every one. How are you? How are you making it? We went straight on up into the 80s and 90s here in Georgia. So it's very hot, so I won't be under these lights very long. But I thought I'd better make an appearance, let you know. Look, I'm still breathing. Still breathing. Look, still kicking, still rolling, and I hope you are as well. So now, like I said, this is just going to be strictly concentrating on stitches and on the charts. Of course, I'm gonna go over give you all the information, just give you everything. Because, that's how I like to do it. I like to give you everything, try to make it easy for you. Not that I don't want you to work at it, it's just I want you to really take it in and says, you know what, I'm getting used to this. And the more you get used to it, the better you will be able to knit, the faster, and have less mistakes too. I'm telling you, I promise you. So just hang in there with me. I thank you so much, each and every one, for all your support and your comments, and thank you for giving me the little extra time when I need to recharge my battery. And I put up a ASMR video. I got some new ones coming that are fun, and we just want to keep it real. We're people. Sometimes we have to. I'm telling you, there's nobody. Let me say. There's nobody to lift me up or something. So I have to depend on you. I depend on you, your comments, and, you watching my videos. That keeps me lifted. But I do still have to sometimes just recharge my battery to keep me going. So now, let's see. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take you through, as you saw from the thumbnail, and some of the lead-in pictures and music, I'm taking you with the charts first. Everything will be done in 2 videos unless it's real simple. But you'll get the chart. I'm going to take you every step. I won't leave anything out. Get you real comfortable. Then you'll work the chart. Then I will give you an idea of a project, or you can, strike out on your own and come up with something that you like. And that way I don't be on camera too long. I keep everything short and simple because I really want this, because I have quite a few stitches. It's not going to be drawn out. Last year I kind of veered away and got wrapped up into a longer project when I was trying to make it. I wanted to stay with quick projects. But this year, no, I'm not going to do that. This is going to be fast and furious. This is going to be fast and furious. I mean, I'm going to put a chart out, give you the chart, work the chart, and say, okay, you take it from here. Then I'll come back with the second part of the video showing you what I've made, giving you some ideas how to use this stitch. What do you think of that? So get you some just look in your own stash. Get you some, just whatever yarn you want to practice with. I wouldn't go with my good yarn yet. I would get something to practice with. We're just going to practice the chart. And then once you see the stitch, then you can start thinking of ideas and what you might want to do. And let's see, I'm trying to think. One of the projects is going to be Jay's new summer lace boho scarf or collar. We're going to call it a collar. Well, it's kind of in between, but I'm going to call it a collar. Jay's summer lace boho collar. What do you think of this? All right, my friends, I'm over at the counter, and as soon as I turn that camera off, I realized I should make the sample that I was wearing, or that I'm wearing, number one. It's the easiest. It's quite, it'll be easy to kind of share with our new subscribers. I have so many new subscribers. Welcome, and thank you so much for watching and for joining us. And plus, my seasoned knitters like me will have no problem. So I hope you get a lot out of this tutorial. I'm going to do my best to explain it and keep it moving. And like I said, for the new ones, I'm Jay. All right, first thing, Summer School for Stitching. Summer School for Stitching is about how to improve our knitting skills and just knitting faster and having less mistakes. So one of the first things I have been trying to convey to, seasoned knitters like me, as we step away from the written pattern, okay, and try to get over into charts. And I think a lot of you are enjoying it, and I think a lot of you can see your improvement in your knitting too. You can knit faster with less mistakes. So step one in Summer School for Stitching is to get you back into, okay, let's get back into the rhythm of the charts. I'm going to do, the first thing we need to do is to look at the chart, prepare the chart, and then we'll stitch from the chart. There's the chart. These are the symbols and the stitches that make up the chart. We'll take those symbols and stitches and make this beautiful swatch. Look, so easy. 1, 2, and from this swatch, as you can see, we will add more ideas or more, knitting techniques, and we will make a project. This is the project, this is a swatch, but it all starts with the chart. So that's what we're going to start with, and I'm going to take it slow, but I'm going to keep it moving because I think you can get it. It is fun, and like I said, I just want to get you started and get you into charts. All right, so the first thing we have to do, as you remember, is to prepare our chart. So I'm going to go ahead and get cleared up, and then I'll come back. We're going to look at the chart and prepare it so that we can knit from the chart. Does that make sense? All right, back in just a moment. All right, so now I'm going to bring the chart a little closer so that you can get a good screenshot of this simple 8-row lace chart. Hopefully the light's not a glare. Let's see, there you go. All right, take your time, get a good screenshot of it, and let's talk about it. All right, these dark black lines represents the actual stitch for this chart. I sometimes take a large chart, maybe it's a chart out of a book or a pattern or something, and I'm not interested, maybe, or I don't need maybe the full chart. Maybe it's a huge chart, a lace chart, and sometimes I will just isolate a nice simple lace, just one little section, and just repeat it. And that's exactly what I've done here. All right, this entire chart from here across to this black line, starting here, is 9 stitches. Okay, each square represents a stitch, and every blank or empty square is a knit stitch. All the other symbols I'm going to share with you as we are knitting, but 9 stitches represents this chart that we're going to work from. So it depends on how many times you want to repeat the chart. It will help us to come up with a cast on number. Okay, we'll get to that when we start working the formula. But right now, it's 9 stitches across. The yellow lines you see here, or the yellow highlight lines, tells me where the repeat, where you're going to knit across, stop, go back up to the yellow line here, knit across again, stop. It depends on how many times we want to repeat these 9 stitches. Yellow line back to the beginning of the box, stop, and repeat again. Does that make sense? On a chart, like I said, the blank boxes represent a knit stitch. But on the wrong side of the chart, if it's blank and the designer or the book or the pattern tells you, it represents to purl back. That's all it represents. I know that may throw some of the new ones off, but stick with me. It's not as hard as you think, and it will make sense. It will make sense. So as we knit across, however many repeats, and then the blank boxes on the wrong side coming back represents purl for this particular chart. Each chart is different. That's why we're preparing it and looking at it. Okay, and that's the way it will be all the way up. Now the symbols, they will always have a key or an abbreviation section to help you know what the symbols represent. Most of them, for us Western knitters, are pretty universal, and they're pretty simple. But as you step outside of the bounds of the U.S. or Western, you're going to find more complicated charts. But that's the fun of it. The excitement of it is learning how to read charts from everywhere. All right, so here we have a symbol. Well, the first symbol right here, a circle, that simply means yarn over. We'll take care of it when we start knitting. You'll see everyone in action. The one leaning to the left, can you see it leaning to the left? Here's one here, here's one there. They're leaning to the left of the chart, this direction. That means we're going to use a slip knit. So in my key, just so that I don't have to look, or you don't have to look if you're new, I put a symbol leaning to the left equals, we just abbreviate it, SSK, slip knit, easy peasy. The symbols leaning to the right, can you see that? There's here and here and here. They're leaning to the right of the chart. That simply means knit 2 stitches together. So I put a little line leaning to the right equals knit 2 together, easy. Like I said, the circles are just yarn overs. The last thing is this pink stitch. Well, that's going to represent 2 things. It's going to show you the center of this chart, just so you'll know where you are when you're knitting. But also, you're going to find that this chart is so, each row just, you can easily kind of forget which row you're on if you're not really paying attention, or if you have to leave it for a while and come back, because they're so exactly the same. So I put that pink mark to represent the center of the chart, but also to let me know when I finish row 7, I cross this pink mark and continue and finish up the chart. Whoops, oh, I gotta go take something out the oven. I go get it, I lay it down, come back a few hours later, whatever, and I'm going, okay. I read the stitches, but it also could be row 1. They're exactly the same. But I know that I had finished the pink, I had crossed the pink block. Does that make sense? It gives me a reminder. No, you had just worked the pink box and you worked across and stopped. Now, like I said, this chart is simple, so my seasoned knitters, you're going to have a ball with this. What you're going to just enjoy is the project, because I got something to really work with you and show you how to make this cute boho collar. All right, so now we just need to get ready to knit. And I'm going to give you the formula, and we're going to cast on using some scrap yarn, and I suggest a US number 8 needle or US number 9 in any yard that will fit those size needles. Just whatever you have on hand. This is just summer school for stitching. So you don't have to go buy any yarn, just go to your stash. But a number 8 or a number 9 will work just fine. Alright, I'm going to come back. I'm going to have the working formula, and we'll get started. Alright, so now let me go ahead and share with you my working formula. It's the easy math for this simple little sample. Not for our project yet, but for the sample for you to practice on. So I write it up in there's the chart. You all have a screenshot of that. Now here is the working formula. And just real quick, nothing. Alright, the working formula. Do I have it over too far? Let's see if I got it over. No, I need to come this way. Kind of hard to tell sometimes which way I'm going. There we go. Alright, so here we go. The chart has 9 stitches. How many repeats am I putting in this little sample? I'm putting 2. So 9 times 2 equals 18 stitches. My formula, I make a line just so that it's clear and simple. On this line, I bring down the 18 stitches and put it in the middle. That represents the chart right there. Now, just to keep the edges nice and neat and not rolling, and just makes it really nice, I put B for a border, and I add whatever number I want. For this little sample, I'm just going to add 3. It could be 4, it could be 5, but a border of 3 on this side, and then a border, B stands for border, of 3 on this side. When I add 3, 18, and 3, it tells me to cast on 24 stitches for this little sample that we're working on, that we're going to be working. Knit 2 rows. Knit a row and then knit back, stop, and wait for me there. I'm using a US number 8 or number 9 needle. I could put that on there just so that you'll have it for reference. US number 8 or a 9. Let's just put it on here. Hold on a minute. Okay, just so there's a record of it. Either US number 8 or 9. And you can see I'm using circular needles. You could, on this little sample, use straight needles if that's all you have. Okay, so now we want to get ready to knit. I'm going to move this and sit it up here. I'm going to just try to keep everything. I'm going to back so that I can see. You can see my sample. I can read my, yep, that's it. I have to get everything back in place. Every time I move stuff, then I have to get it back. Okay, alright, now you look at your sample that you've printed out, and I'm going to watch mine. Okay. Are you ready? Alright, here we are. Here's my sample. You're down here. You've just knit the 2 rows. You're waiting for me there. You will need some stitch markers, maybe 3 or 4. Just have 3 or 4 or a few on hand. I have some white ones to represent the borders, and then I have a pink one that I'm going to put right in the center to separate my 2 repeats. But have extra because they pop off or you'll drop them. So there's that. Now I'm ready to work. Like I say, you're down here at the beginning. I'm up here. Row 1. I use these little stickers. You can get these anywhere at Walmart, any place, Dollar Tree. I just stick it on there like Post-it stickers, just to see where, make sure I know what row I'm working on. Alright, first thing I have to do, you knit the first 3 stitches off the working formula. You put a marker. I'm using white markers right there. Can you see it? I put a marker there. That separates and reminds me that's the border. Now I'm up to the chart. Row 1 of the chart, and we've already said an empty space, empty square means knit. So I'm going to knit 2, 1, 2, then yarn over, okay? Then the next stitch leans to the left, so it's slip, slip, reach back, take your needle and reach back, pick up the 2 and knit them together. Okay, knit 1. Then the next symbol leans to the right, so I'm going to knit 2 stitches together. Okay, yarn over, and I should have 2 stitches left. Okay, so I knit those 2 stitches, then I'm going to place a marker. This tells me this is the first repeat. We're doing 2 repeats, remember. So I have a marker, I'm using a pink one. Then I take my eye back up to the beginning of the box where it's highlighted in yellow. Let's do it again. Knit 2, 1, 2, yarn over, slip, slip, reach back and knit those 2 together. Just reach back and knit them. Okay, now knit the 1 in the center. Then I have 2 stitches leaning to the right, so I'm going to knit 2 stitches together. Then I yarn over. There should be 2 stitches left on row 1, so I knit 1, 2. Then I put a marker to make sure I remember to slide this marker and knit the last 3 stitches for a border on this side. Just like that. Okay, now when I turn the work, the borders I knit on every row. So I will knit the 3 stitches on this border. Oops, let me get that string. Then slide the marker. Now I'm going to put the yarn in front of the needle and purl all these stitches. The yarn overs everything. Take your time and just simply purl back. Should I do a little bit of it? If you're new, most of you are seasoned knitters, but like I said, I have so many new people that have joined, subscribers, and I hope you give this a chance. You know, I'm glad that you're watching, but it's even better if you join. At the end, like I say, if you just watch, you don't have anything to show for, you know, watching. But if you join, just some scrap yarn. Now watch, see that now I put the yarn in front of the needle because I'm a thrower. So now I'm just going to go in this direction, right up under the yarn. Each stitch, especially those long yarn overs, take your time. And I'm just going to purl all the way to the other end. When I get to the white marker, I'll put the yarn in back. And I will knit the last 3 stitches. Let's see how fast can I do it, and then I won't have to do it for all the other rows. I'll just do it this once. Slide that marker. See, I'm just purling across. This is an easy, easy little chart. Easy, easy little stitch to get started. But oh, wait till you see the project. Wait till you see when I show you how to make this project at the end. If you are new and you says, Jay, I'm not think I'm ready for a project that big yet, continue to work on this pretty sample until it's really long. It's going to make a beautiful scarf. I mean, all your friends are going to want one. Look, you'll be in the scarf business before you know it. Just do them different colors. Just get a whole bunch of pastel summer colors. Okay, so now that is row 1 and row 2, the wrong side. Row 1 was the right side, row 2 I purled on. When I got to the end, I just yarn in back and knit the 3 stitches. Now, you go ahead and do that, catch up, and I will see you at row 3. Take your time on the wrong side so that you don't drop any yarn overs. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and work row 3, and then I might just let you go because, like I said, it's so easy. Alright, I've knit my first 3 stitches, my border stitches, and make sure I have some yarn. Okay, I slide the marker. Now, row 3, the first stitch is an empty square, so I knit 1, then it leans to the right, the next symbol. So then I knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, then I knit 3 in the center, 1, 2, 3, those 3 empty boxes right across row 3. Then I yarn over, then I slip, slip, turn around and knit those 2 stitches together, and knit 1. I stop at the yellow highlight and go back up to the beginning of the box. So I'm going to slide my marker so I can do the repeat again. Knit 1. This is row 3 now. Knit 1. Knit 2 stitches together. Yarn over. Knit 1, 2, and 3. Then yarn over again right here. Then you want to do a slip, slip, knit. And I end with a knit 1. For row 3, I slide the marker and I knit the last 3 stitches that represent the border that we knit on every row. Right side or wrong side, you knit the borders for this little garter ridge. It's just a garter stitch border where you knit every row. Of course, when I turn the work, let's see how fast I can get some of this done. Ooh, I knocked Bird over. Oh my gosh. Bird, are you okay? Oh, I know it's so hot, isn't it? Maybe Bird just fell out because it was hot. It's hot under these lights, people. But you know, you knit the first 3 stitches. Now you bring the yarn in front because we're going to purl all the stitches that are in the chart in the middle. So let's just see real quick what I can do. Just because I enjoy knitting with you, and it's, I don't know, it just helps your mojo when you're knitting with someone else. Oh my gosh. So I slide that marker, then I continue to purl across. I said knit, and now I'm purling because I'm on the wrong side of the scarf, of the fabric, or the sample. We finish row 3, and so now on the wrong side I purl across until I get to the second border. Let's just see if I can get over that real quick, and then I might get all this done in just a... Alright, I'm at the second border. See my marker? Alright, put the yarn in back because now I want to slide the marker and knit those last 3 stitches. Turn the work. Yes, let's see, can I do it? Turn the work, move my little, tap my little sticker up. These are neat, I like those. Oh, these are just clear acrylic picture frames that you can get in at any office supply store. I was trying different things and this seemed to work the best. Alright, row 5. Let's see, what can we do? Let's see if we can get this done. And I feel the excitement. I feel your excitement. Like, oh, Jay, I thought it was going to be hard. Well, it will be once you get another chart. Okay, I slide the marker. Row 5, it starts with a blank square, so I knit 1 right here. Then yarn over, knit 1 again. Now, the first symbol leans to the left, so I slip, slip, knit. If you forget, they're down at the bottom. I wrote it on the chart so you didn't have to look for it. Slip, slip, knit. Now, the one in the center where that pink mark, you can tell where the center is of that section. See right there? So I'm going to knit 1. Then I'm going to knit 2 stitches together. Take your time, don't. Then knit 1, yarn over, and knit 1. Okay, I'm up to my pink marker. That completes 1 repeat. Now I bring my eye back up to the yellow highlight. I slide the marker and I start it again. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1 again. Slip, slip, knit. Ooh, I'm not used to these metal needles like these. Slip, slip, knit. Now knit 1 in the center. Knit 2 stitches together. I'm right here. Knit 2 stitches together, leans to the right. Then there's a knit 1 after that, then the yarn over and knit 1. Okay, so now I can slide the marker and I can knit the last 3 stitches. Okay, that is row 5. and get some yarn. Now I'm going to turn the work, and I will be on row 6, which is the wrong side. I'm going to go ahead and move my marker up so I'll know I'm on. So let's see if we can do all of this real quick, just for the fun of it. So I go ahead and knit my border, yarn, bring the yarn in front, slide the marker. Now I'm going to purl all the way across these stitches in the center that represent the chart. Alright, I'm up to the center, so I'm going to slide the marker, just slide it over and continue to purl across. Oops, if you mess up, just kind of back out. Say, I got that. Okay, then I missed this stitch. Okay. See if my camera can, if my battery will let me finish yarning back, because I see the marker. I'm going to slide it, then I'm going to knit the last 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, guess what? We're on row 7. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's just take a look here. Now you're still at the bottom. You don't have this, but once it gets going, sometimes I will take this to the ironing board when I get maybe 3 or 4 inches and lightly steam on the wrong side, always on the wrong side, and then I take my hand and kind of smooth the lace out, because that's encouraging when you turn, when you see it open like this a little bit. Don't seam it real hard, just lightly, and just rub it with your hands, and then see, now I can see what I'm knitting. Alright, I am on row 7 right here. The last pattern row. We'll get there and then we can stop and maybe I can talk and see if there's some other things I need for you to do. Alright, so I knit the first three stitches, the border, slide the marker. Alright, row 7, I have 2 stitches, knit 2. So I'm going to knit 2, 1, 2, then yarn over, leans to the left, so I'm going to slip, slip, knit. Make sure I did that yarn over. If you not, go back. Yes, I see it right there, my yarn over. Okay, now I'm right in the center where that pink mark is, and that's the center of the little stitch there. So knit 1, then I'm going to knit 2 stitches, knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 2. See, 1, 2, that's the first repeat. 1, 2. Now I'm going to slide the marker. Once I slide the marker, I'm back up to the front of the box, and I start again. Knit 2. 1, 2, yarn over, slip, slip, reach back and knit. Then knit 1 in the center, knit 2 stitches together, yarn over and knit 2. 1, 2. Alright, I slide the marker and I knit the last 3 stitches for the border. Okay, now we're not complete until you turn on this on the wrong side and purl back. That will be row 8, but I want you to kind of go ahead and get an idea. See this, because like I said, I lightly steamed, so that you can get an idea of what this chart. This is why it's so good to go ahead and work with me while I'm sharing with you row by row, so you'll have something at the end. Now you have a chart. You understand how this simple chart. Now you have a nice stitch, a swatch. Now once we do this will be the end of part 1. because part 2 we will go into take the swatch and make a project. And for those who are new and you're just kind of getting into it, feeling your way, and you say, well, Jay, can I just keep going with this? Yes, you just continue to go back. Be sure to do the wrong side. Go back down to row 1 and start the whole process over. And make this a long, beautiful scarf. I'm telling you, your friends, everybody's going to want one. Oh, just get lots of colors. And then I will share with you when I share the other project how to put the fringe on the very bottom edge. If you've not done fringe before, it's very simple. And but I will show you if you're new at it. No problem. Okay, let me just take a let me just clear this, and then I'll come back to end this part 1 of our summer lace boho collar. But we're just up to the swatch. We've taken care of the chart. Now we're working on the swatch, and the next thing to do is to make a project. Let me come right back. Alright, this is going to end part 1, but I want to share with you what you will need when I come back to start part 2. Alright, part 2, we're going to start with making an I-cord. Now, seasoned knitters, you know how to make this, so you don't have to worry too much about it, but make sure you have some double-pointed needles. You can have either the long traditional ones, or you can have, I have a lot of these little short ones that I keep when I'm just doing an I-cord, so I don't have to mess, but if you, whatever you have, you're going to need 2 needles to make this I-cord. And just a nice little wad of, ball of yarn. Doesn't take a whole lot. It goes real fast. But we're going to make a really long I-cord. And I'm going to share with you how this is going to be a game changer for making this little collar. And later on, I'll show you how we're going to use it in some other projects as well. I just think we ought to, trying to bring in more little simple things to make some nice projects. So, you will definitely need some double-pointed needles to work this I-cord. And that's it. So, homework is to just work the chart. Especially if you're new, continue to work the chart. You don't have to worry about, I'll show you get to see the project, but you continue to just work on this and to just work this beautiful stitch. Get accustomed to the chart, how to read it, take your time, and work the wrong side. And when you purl, just make sure that you just take your time. Don't drop any yarn overs. And my seasoned knitters, you just, like I say, get you some double-pointed needles, and we will be ready. I'll go over and lay out the project, and oh, it's fun. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to have all kind of ideas. Oh, Jay, I can think of something. It just came to me. I was in the middle of something, and all of a sudden it just hit me. Well, I worked the first prototype, and it just didn't work, and something just came to me and said, well, why don't you do this like you always do? And bingo. That's all it takes sometimes. All right, so now this is the end of part 1. Okay, this is my summer school for stitching. We have just worked the swatch for the summer lace boho collar, or if you just new and you want to make a long scarf, you can. So continue to work, and I will see you in just a bit with part 2.